Hey guys, what is happening? It is Extreme Missouri here once again, and wow, it has been a while, definitely. Yeah, as some of you may understand, life gets pretty busy sometimes, things get pretty hectic, and things have been getting pretty hectic on this end. I've been between school and my job, and as for my job, I work for Enthusiast Media Networks. If you guys are regular visitors of Nintendo enthusiasts and PlayStation and gaming enthusiasts, you would know that you may have seen a few of my pieces on the sites under the name Ramming. That is my last name actually, and so you may have seen some of my work, and that explains why I've been so slow with these video uploads, because I've been between doing work for them and doing, of course, schoolwork and everything. So yeah, I'm sure you guys understand how life can be sometimes, but I'm trying to make some more time for video work, so just stay tuned. I hope to have increase my video output as time goes on, but for now, like I said, I am really busy. So to all of my regular viewers, thank you for sticking with me indeed, and great to see you again. For all you new people, subscribe. Don't worry, new content will be coming on a more regular basis as time goes on. But anyway, I'm here now, so let's get on with the actual video. Okay, so I have played Sonic Runners, and I actually did a video about this towards the beginning of this year, and when the game was basically announced, well, before an official announcement, when the rumor first started going out. And having not played the official game, I can definitely say that most of my worries were eradicated. Well, that's a pretty deep word to say. Most of my worries disappeared when I played the game, because the game is actually pretty fun, and for a mobile game, it actually kept me pretty engaged. Mobile games are usually very simple. They're only meant to capture attention for a few minutes to help you get through a boring bus ride or whatever. But having actually played the game, I actually sat down for a little while, and it's actually really fun. As you guys might know, that I am a lover of Sonic, so it was weird playing it, because it almost felt like a official 2D game, but it wasn't. It isn't actually an endless runner, so I'm just gonna basically summarize my experience with the game, go over things I like, things that I didn't like. Alright, so this is almost a review in a way, but not exactly. I wouldn't really call it that, but it's almost like that if you want to be technical. Anyway, so with my experience with the game, I can a few of its features are the fact that, like I said, it is an endless runner, similar to Sonic Dash actually, except this is 2.5D instead of being 3D like how Sonic Dash was. So instead of being like Temple Run, for instance, this is more or less akin to things like Jetpack Joyride, for example, or Rayman Jungle Run. Alright, so with this game, you take control of Sonic and multiple other characters similar to Sonic Dash and Sonic Jump. So you have multiple different characters, and with each character, they have their own little unique ability to spice things up. I guess one thing that was really weird to get used to was the fact that Sonic can now triple jump. He's been able to double jump in past games, but they have this triple jump that's definitely very convenient, but still very weird. So it was quite interesting getting used to that. And basically the concept of the game is that you're being propelled forward, or should I say to the right, automatically, and you just simply have to guide your character and survive for however long possible. Like I said, similar to Jetpack Joyride, where you're just going in one direction continuously and you're just avoiding obstacles. And classic Sonic enemies have made a return. You have the normal hazards like spike balls and bottomless pits to avoid, and all of this gets increasingly difficult over time as the speed increases. But the game is actually really cool. It's almost like Sonic Generations, I guess you can say, as you're going ridiculously fast, and you're constantly being propelled by speed boosters and dash rings and bonus rings. Basically you're just trying to rack up as much points as possible by the time that you inevitably do lose. Alright, and it is a little bit different in the fact that it actually does have kind of a storyline. It's a very simple plot line. It actually it's a really big throwback all the way to the really classic Sonic titles like Sonic 1, Sonic 2, where Eggman was practically like an evil super genius poacher, where he's stealing animals and using them for his own evil needs, and of course in this case is sealing them into robots. Just stealing animals and sealing them into robots. Yeah, Eggman the poacher. Dang, that sounds weird. Anyway, so yeah, this is basically what the story is about, where Sonic and company are trying to stop Eggman from stealing all the animals of this fictional world, of course, and sealing them into his robots. Alright, so yeah, it was a really simple storyline. I guess you can say it's kind of unnecessary. Like, the game would have been fine without it. So it's almost like Sonic Rivals, where you just have this really weird storyline. But it's nothing like too bad. I can't really call it like a complaint. I can't really call it a con or a negative. No, it's not too bad. You know, Sonic games generally aren't known for having really good storylines anyway. But yeah, this one is, even though it's been on the simple side, you know, it's nothing too dramatic like Sonic 06. Anyway, so yeah, the game does have like a partial storyline, and as that ties in with the gameplay, basically you're just trying to survive, like I said, for as long as possible, racking up as much points as possible, because all the points that you rack up, you are then allowed to continue to move across the game board and to progress to different areas and sections of the game. Alright, so that's basically what it is, just getting points and just progressing through the very simple storyline. But the main gameplay, which of course is what the game is all about, the gameplay is really, really good. As far as graphics goes, like Sonic Dash, for instance, had a pretty decent set of graphics. You know, it was nothing too fancy, but at the same time, it wasn't ugly at all. You know, it was really good, really colorful look to it. And Sonic Runners is practically the same thing. You know, it's very, very big on color. You know, it has color everywhere. It's similar to, of course, Sonic Colors and Sonic Lost World with like these bright, vivid colors. Really great presentation. The stages themselves are more of like the 2.5D, like I said before. But the character models, I should say, are kind of like Sonic 4, where it's like this partial 3D look to it, but not exactly. Like they're more like cel-shaded sprites, almost like what we see in Rayman Origins and Rayman Legends. But it's really great to see, because, like I said, they look really good, and it's just their animations are very fluid. You know, they stay true to the characters' attributes and everything. And yeah, it's pretty decent to say the least. So yeah, the overall presentation is really good, and stuff like menus are more or less modeled after Sonic Generations. So if you've played Sonic Generations, then the way the menus look are going to be like really similar. It's very similar. Music, as you know, Sonic games are very well known for their soundtrack, and this game actually features a really good soundtrack. Like, it's not as charismatic as what we've seen in past games like Sonic Lost World and Sonic Colors and Sonic Generations, which had really good soundtracks. It's not as charismatic as that, or even the classic tunes from the retro games. Yeah, it doesn't have as much flair as those past titles, but at the same time, it's not bad at all. It's not like Sonic Boom, which had this really boring and generic soundtrack. No, I can't really say. Like, it sounds like a Sonic game. It's a bit more on the dull side, but it still sounds like a Sonic game, so it's still, to an extent, really catchy, and like it adds to the atmosphere a decent amount. Right, and character voices are all there and intact. So yeah, it's really good. And that's pretty much the experience with the game, is that it's a solid built game. You know, for a mobile title, it's nothing like, you know, the official 2D. Well, I keep saying official, like this is fan made. This is, of course, was made by SEGA and oh my goodness, Cryware. Yes, Cryware. They also assisted with the Sonic and SEGA's All-Star series. You know, the racing games, the tennis games. Cryware assisted them with that as well. So to see them come back, Team Sonic Team, was pretty cool to see, and their work was actually pretty good, to say the least. Yeah, so as it is an official Sonic game, and seeing that this was Sonic Team's first real crack at a mobile title, I can't really say that they did a bad job. You know, like, it feels really good. It feels better built than like Sonic Jump, for instance, and pretty much in the same line as I guess Sonic Dash as well. Like, it's definitely nothing extravagant, but at the same time, it's something that's going to keep your interest for a good amount. You know, it's definitely nothing compared to a fully fledged Sonic title, be it 2D or 3D, but it's still pretty good nonetheless. It's definitely one of the better games on the App Store. One of the better endless runners, I should say, because we have 1,000,000,001 endless runners on various app stores, but this is probably going to be one of the best. Now, the interesting thing about Sonic Runners is that, and you guys may probably have thought about this, is that how did you get it? How were you able to play it? Because the game is not widely available, like how Sonic Dash and Sonic Jump, amongst other titles, can be downloaded right now off the App Store. Sonic Runners cannot really be downloaded off of certain app stores, mainly the ones that are outside of Canada and Japan. As Sega has decided to do like a soft launch where they specifically release the game in those two areas, like I said, Canada and Japan. And a soft launch is basically where a company would release a product, in this case a game, to a certain amount of people, and there they will see how people react to it and how well it's received. And so basically, I guess what they're trying to do is they're trying to see like how well the game performs in these markets, and then they'll decide by going by that information. And this was said by them themselves, like exactly when they'll be releasing the game to other territories after they compile this information and see how everything works out. So at this time, we do not have any information on when it's going to be released outside of Canada and Japan. But if you have an Android device, in which case I do, I actually own a Google Nexus 7 2nd generation, or the 2013 edition. That is, it is owned by Sony. Yeah, I own that, and I was able to download the APK file. You know, if you're an Android user, more than likely you know of APK files already. They're ridiculously easy to download. You just download and install it, just like download and installing a program on your computer. It's really simple, and you will then be able to play Sonic Runners. If you own an Apple device, I'm not entirely sure how you can get access to it, but for Android devices, it's really simple. Just get an APK file from a legit source, you'll be set. And yeah, the game runs really well on my Nexus 7. The only thing that really lags, I guess I can say, is the menus, the buzz, probably due to poor optimization, because my Nexus 7 is a pretty capable machine. But yeah, for the most part, you know, it runs, like, the main gameplay is really fluid, it runs at a really great frame rate, and yeah, it's pretty good. Like I said, it's a really decent game. Being a free game, which it is, I should say, being a free game, you know, you're not excessively pressured into buying items. Like, of course, they're going to, you know, give you a little subtle, well, not so subtle hints on to put down a little money here, put down a little money there in order to be able to progress the game faster and, you know, get more perks. But if you intend to play this game and not really spend much money, like $0, it's going to do you well. It's not one of those games where you're just going to basically at one point just going to say, you know what, forget it, I'm going to buy something. No, it's one of those games where you can legitimately play them and not spend a dime. There are a lot of titles out there that are like that, but at the same time, there are a lot of titles out there which will more or less, I should say, eventually they're going to make you want, well, force you to pay in a way. My only real complaint with Sonic Runners is that it does have a form of DRM, digital rights management, in case you didn't know what that means. Basically where you are denied access for the game for a certain reason. And with a lot of titles on the app stores, the game will periodically make you connect to the internet in order to verify that this is still a legit copy and whatever. And some titles, even though they're heavily reliant on internet connections, they aren't going to deny you access from playing the game if you decide to, or, well, I shouldn't say decide, if you are currently at that moment not anywhere near an internet connection. Alright, like I said, Japan Joyride, for instance, does not force you to connect to the internet in order to play the game, or Sonic Dash for that matter. Unfortunately, Sonic Runners is the opposite. Sonic Runners is completely reliant on an internet connection, so always online. If you're a console or PC gamer, then you more or less know what this term is, always online DRM, where you're always going to have to be connected to the internet. And so this sucks for people like me who only have a Wi-Fi enabled device, where the only way you can get an internet connection is through a Wi-Fi network. And if you're not in the area of a Wi-Fi network at the moment that you want to play the game, then you are perpetually screwed, I guess you can say. Yeah. So it only really works for, like, users who have tablets that either can get a chip in order to have a mobile connection, or of course smartphones, which are pre-installed with, of course, these chips, allowing you to have mobile connections. So if you are in a position where you cannot connect to the internet, then you cannot play Sonic Runners, which is an unfortunate case of events. It's a really interesting decision on Sega's part, considering that practically all of their titles were not reliant on internet connections, especially their Sonic titles. So it's really weird. I don't know if this is something that's permanent, like for the soft launch, or if this is going to be something that's going to stick around even when the game is eventually released worldwide. So that is like my only real complaint when it comes down to Sonic Runners. But at the end of the day, you know, it's still a really great game. Well, I shouldn't say great. It's a pretty good game, and for mobile standards, it's definitely one of the better ones. As a Sonic game, you know, it's still very simplistic. You know, you don't have that traditional control over your character anymore. You know, just endlessly running, and of course the difficulty increases over time. And so it does have a bit of an addiction factor to it, but at the same time, you know, it's still a really well-built game, and definitely less buggy than Sonic Boom or Sonic 06. Alright, so if it'll definitely keep your interest for at least a little while. Okay guys, so I want to thank you for watching, and as always, please make sure that you go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, and definitely drop a comment down below and tell me what you think about Sonic Runners. If you've played it already, what do you think about the game? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? And if you haven't played the game, definitely, like I said, if you have an Android device, go and download that APK file, definitely give it a try. Alright guys, so yeah, I definitely think it's a great game, and you should definitely go ahead, download it and play it if you can. So until next time guys, once again, have a great day, great night, great evening, whatever time of day it is. Have a good one, and I will see you later. This is Extreme Azure, signing off.